I don't mean to offend anybody by this video, but I just kind of want to just make aware of this situation and suppose just show the bigger picture if that maybe made any sense, I suppose. So in Ashbourne Hotel, I don't know whereabouts it is. I think it's down the country somewhere, in Clare or somewhere. Um, there was a hunger strike going on at the Directive Provision Centre. Now before it's anything else, you might be saying, did they get any food at all? They do. They do get a good bit of food. It's pretty decent. I say it's not the best food. I will say that, but it's pretty decent. Again, it's decent because I just say this is the wider picture that there's people in this world that haven't got anything. There's people in this country that hasn't got anything to eat. There's people in Yemen, there's people in other countries in India. There's nothing. There's children that have nothing and they're starving on the street. And they're dying. And as we speak now, there's children dying that they have nothing at all. Some of them have to resort to eating rats and to eating insects off the street because they've nothing else to eat. And again, compared to this, and I don't mean to be just saying to them, no, look, you should be grateful. At the same time, you should be grateful. But it is something. It is something. It's something that will keep you alive, and it's something that will keep you going. I suppose sausages, bit of stuff there you can see. So it would keep you. It would really keep you alive. Now again, I don't mean to say like they have every right to protest. I'm not going to say that they have every right to protest, but at the same time, they have the food. They really, really do have the food that they need. And again, it's the wider picture. It is really the wider picture that there is people in this world that's less fortunate and less. As I say this, as we said, there's even moment in time as people dying of starvation around the world, even in this country, because people have lost their jobs and income and everything. So again, this is a thing to wider society too, to be grateful. To be grateful too for what we have, no matter how little it is. Because as somebody said to me once, there's always somebody else worse off than you. So say you have no food in the fridge, there's always somebody that's literally on the edge of starvation, and literally skin and bones. And there's always somebody worse off in the world. So be grateful for what you have. It might not be much. It might not be much, but don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted, because life can change very quickly and things can happen, and we should be grateful for the here and now and for what we have at the here and now. So just to say that, and again, I don't mean to just say to them, look, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and I understand that to them it might not be sustainable, that it might not be up to standard. But I have to say, and I will say this now. If they were getting nothing, like let's be honest, if they were getting nothing, I'd be sitting here and I'd be saying, they're entitled to get some kind of food, something to eat. But they do have something. I will say that they do have something. Like some direct provision centers might not have as much as others, and that's depends on the direct provision center. But again, be grateful for what you have. That's only what I'm going to say. Because again, as I said, take it in mind that somebody in this country as we speak right now starving, who are lying on the street, has nothing to eat at all, has no help, nothing like that, and is dying alone. And then we have across the world, across Europe at the moment, in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, there's somebody at the moment dying of starvation, because they're lying on the street or they're isolated and we can't get out to their house, and because that's what's happened, and that's the real world, and that's what's happening. We have to be grateful, and that's the word I'm using. We have to be grateful for what we have. It might not be much. Again, when I was in hospital, I was a short story here. When I was in the Met Hospital, when I was in first year in secondary school, it wasn't much. The meals wasn't much, and I might just be honest with you. We didn't get much. We got a few spuds, a few carrots, peas. Pretty decent. Again, I was happy enough with it. Again, I lost a few pounds in there because I didn't have the correct meal. You only got 3 meals a day. Which wasn't much because again you couldn't have small snacks or anything like that. I usually have a bit of a snack during the day, but again I couldn't have that, so I lost a good bit of pounds, because I wasn't there. Because again the meals were only very bog standard meals, but at the same time I was happy enough with them, because it was just spuds and a bit of carrots, a bit of peas, sometimes sausages, I was happy enough. I'm not going to lie to you, I was happy enough because again it was keeping me going, it was keeping me alive, and that's all that mattered. And again I had a lot more bigger things on my plate to worry about, yet on my plate. But I'm sure people understand. I was grateful. At the time for it. And because at the same time they didn't have the money to get other cooks, too. So there was lack of cooks. There was actually at the end when I went in first was 2 cooks, And when I was leaving, there was only actually one cook, to cook for about 20 to 30 young people. But you have to understand that one person to try and cook for that many people, along with the staff, it's a big thing. But yeah, take care everybody, and be grateful. Just be grateful. Thank you.